Hello, welcome to my channel, Decoding with Simeon. So the decoding is all about the body code and emotion code, and that's something I've covered in quite a bit of detail, but I haven't explained anything about myself. So I'm 29, I'm from Ireland, I'm Taurian, so I'm quite stubborn by nature. I can't help it. um, So that makes me year of the dog as well. So I grew up in Ireland, both Irish and English parents. So kind of, a little bit of a misfit, in some ways. Wasn't too much for the GAA and wasn't too much for the Catholic Church stuff either. So I've kind of been a little bit kind of outside the box always, I guess, growing up. And I guess it was when I was about 10 or 11 in school, I was seeing that a lot of things weren't making sense. Like when the teacher said, oh, God built the world in 7 days and He's everywhere. And, that didn't make a whole pile of sense to me, to be honest. And it wasn't until like about 5 years later when I saw like the Fibonacci sequence, golden ratio and things like that like everything is like a fractalized universe and is working off a mathematical sequence. Then I could put two and two together, but he wasn't taking that into equation when he was telling us God built the world in 7 days. But that's a little bit off topic. But the thing is, I guess, I don't like being lied to, and I don't like being lied to systematically on so many levels, and that's kind of what took me further asking questions. I guess when I was about 15 or so, I started to understand how the banking system worked, and how all money before they got rid of Libya, Syria and those countries who had the last gold-backed currencies, that all money is just interest on debt and of no value, and just so I was seeing how systematically so that's how the money works, and then I saw how the medicine works, and it's a bit of a joke really in a lot of ways, because it's practicing medicine, and if you break down the meaning of pharmacy, it's like witchcraft, and which is kind of it makes a lot of sense when you break it down and look into it a lot deeper. And then I was like looking into how religion works, and I see that everything is like an inversion. They twist and they invert everything, which has been, Jesus' teachings are amazing. What the church has done is not good, though. And that is my personal opinion. That's certainly no hate speech or anything like that, but the history is not good. So then, like in my late teens, I tended to like drift a lot. Through like my late teens and 20s, I didn't really achieve much. I just did a lot of drifting, and one of my greatest teachers at that time was when I I destroyed my SC joint, the internal clavicle joint, just above the sternum, and how I did that was extremely stupid. I remember I was just flying on a push bike, I crashed it, I buckled my leg, just, I couldn't walk properly on it. Then I met my friend, and then I took a load of painkillers, went to a gym, and just, did pull-ups off a lat, pull-down bar, didn't warm up properly, put down a weight I couldn't move and leveraged my legs under it and managed to pop that, which is, really stupid. But what that did was made like all of the internal things like floating around like ribs, and very uncomfortable, but great teacher, great lesson, because it taught me so much about the stabilizing muscles of the shoulder, the whole rehabilitation process, which I didn't actually learn properly for a good few years down the line. And then the learning of that really kind of set a foundation for my understanding of rehabilitation for just general personal training, because usually things go wrong when we don't address weak points, and that's when the more complex joints give issues. So the shoulder being the most complex joint, that was a great teacher, a great school lesson on that. So around the age of 24, 25, I got into the personal training and massage, and it was, just really good to be able to help people recover from, niggles, injuries and things like that. It was really enjoyable working in a big box gym, being able to show people, all of the gym users who are coming in, different exercises that could help them with things they're having issues with, whether it was, like a knee injury or a shoulder injury, or, and that gave me a lot of satisfaction, and I really enjoyed that. I also enjoyed with the massage just the results, from people, massive recovery with back injuries, being able to say, they can breathe much better, much more freedom in their shoulder. Their back isn't hurting as much. Sometimes nerve pain going away, and that just gave a lot of satisfaction. And being the bull in nature I am, that's how my position ended in the sports centre, because I didn't like them telling me to put on a mask when they were, sitting out the way in the office when I was on the gym floor, so I didn't do it, because I didn't like what it was supporting. And we all know what it supports, if you know. But what annoyed me more so was the fact that they were steam blasting the building with, 3 of the highest hazard warning chemicals, which, just potentially over time give people lung cancer, COPD, and horrible diseases from it. So it just made my blood boil, and I got really angry, and I wasn't gonna go along with whatever, mask wearing nonsense. So that's how that position ended, and then I started my own personal training studio where I had a lot more freedom and flexibility. So I've been doing that for a few years, and really enjoyable to work with the freedom, especially during COVID. That's when I started, and there last year my first major inspiration in life came when I was 28. So I got a job doing massage in a chiropractic clinic in Cork, my local city. It's about an hour, 10 minutes drive away or so. And just the guy I was learning from, who not learning from working for, but he was teaching me, stuff all the time. It was all medical massage, done from his instructions, and just an amazing guy, best chiropractor I also met, and best martial artist I've ever met. So just so inspiring, someone who's so efficient at, either being able to break someone or being able to heal them. It's just, he's 40 years Wing Chun under his belt, and he's, probably the best chiropractor in the country, I'd say. American trained, and just, really inspiring man. And he's the guy who sent me on my chiropractic course, which I've actually got exams for next week, and that's why I've been a little bit, I've been lacking my consistency with my YouTube, and I've kind of fallen off the radar a bit because I've gotten just a bit overwhelmed with trying to get everything done for the exam. So I will be better on my YouTube now. But yeah, so that's where the chiropractic inspiration came from, and I started a 5-year course on that this year, a part-time one. It's over in Manchester, which is the closest place because the iron fist of the HSE Health Service in Ireland wouldn't allow anything like that to take place because it's all about drugs. I joke. But yeah, so it's amazing to be able to do that qualification. And I'm really enjoying it. And I've had the inspiration of Michael to give me a template and idea of what's possible, because I hadn't seen what was possible before I'd worked for him, which was really inspirational. And so I've been working with the emotion code and body code for nearly 2 years now. I started studying the two of them. So I started in the start of 2022, February. And that's been a really amazing experience because just the healings that have taken place have been quite overwhelming, because I've had a few people who've said they've spent nearly as much money to buy a house on counselling, and within half a dozen sessions they said they got better results, which is just really mind-blowing. It kind of blows my mind that it can help so much. And I've been really blessed to meet Mark Atwood, who's been, the second, really powerful, inspiring force that's come into my life and shown me what's possible. Because Mark doesn't have any limiting beliefs, he just sees what's possible and just creates it, which is quite mind-blowing when we've all been conditioned so deeply to think a certain way or believe we're not able to do things. And really powerful. And he's done an amazing promotion video for me, which has allowed me to connect with so many people, which has been amazing. And been lots of more powerful healings have taken place, and it's just been such a blessing. So thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel, it really helps me out. And in the next video I will be going in a little bit deeper into my experiences I've had with the emotion code and body code, and experiences some of my clients have had with the emotion code and body code. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.